Throwaway cause I'm still the only one that knows background. My brother has been staying with us since lockdown, after his university closed. He couldn't stay with our parents cause they just sold the house and moved to a one-bedroom apartment, and our sister lives in a different part of the country. He was the oops baby, so I hope that explains the age gap. My wife and I have a 5-bedroom home but currently don't have children yet. We decided to adopt 2 kids in our 40s, so we let him stay here. My brother has always been different. He's a bit of a loner and doesn't have a lot of friends outside of his online group. He's a shy, geeky kid, but he's otherwise alright, or so I thought, when you get to know him. So here's what happened. The Wi-Fi doesn't quite reach my brother's room, so he usually does his schoolwork and other stuff in the dining room. A few nights ago, I was walking to the fridge after waking up in the middle of the night. Wife and I sleep early, and saw my brother working on something out, and as I got closer, I saw a very compromising picture of my wife, cleavage shot as she was gardening. He noticed me and quickly closed the window like he was watching porn. I was too shell-shocked to say anything at that time, and he just smiled awkwardly and ran to his room with the laptop. When I realized that something was up, I knew I had to find out. The next day, I asked my brother to pick up some groceries and some lunch for us, and while he was away, I went to his room, something I've never done since he moved, and, well, it wasn't pretty. I saw a couple of my wife's bras and some of her panties, which I can only assume he used to pleasure himself. I took his laptop and fuck it, decided to snoop. I knew his password cause I borrowed his Crunchyroll account to watch this anime my friend recommended. I don't usually watch anime. There I saw some of the most sickening entries I've read. There were pictures of my wife in a towel, her working out, her in compromising positions, etc. All taken without her consent by the looks of it. The fucker even logs every time he touches himself to the image of my wife. The creepiest part? He sometimes listens in on us when we have sex. My wife can be a bit loud, but we didn't think it would be a problem since his bedroom was in a different part of the house, guest bedroom. I left the room feeling like I needed a shower. It was absolutely disgusting. Now I don't know what to do. I find myself fighting the urge to pummel him into next week every time I see him. I haven't told my wife yet cause I'm 100% sure she will feel violated and disgusted, so I want to find the best solution first before doing so. I so desperately want to kick him out. But he has nowhere else to go. Even if I do, what should I tell my parents? The truth? This will most likely break the family apart. I do plan on telling my wife soon, but if I do, I can almost guarantee she would want nothing to do with him and would never want to visit the family if he's around. I'm so fucking lost right now. Any advice will help. Still fighting the urge to beat my brother to a bloody pulp. Edit. If you're wondering, I did take pictures as proof. Small update, I told my wife. The Redditors who said I should tell her first before anything cause she was the victim were absolutely right. I'm giving her all the power to decide what to do about it. A lot has happened, but there are still things that need to be settled. Too long to add here and too incomplete to make a new update post. Hopefully we'll have everything settled tomorrow or the day after. I'll write the update once everything is settled and I calmed down. No, I'm not going to beat up my brother, but I have thought about it. And to the people asking for the pics, you're disgusting. Hope the women in your life are proud of you. That's my wife, please have some respect.
The only reason you busted him that night was because he was working in the part of the house with Wi-Fi. No way he would risk having that laptop out of his bedroom unless he needed the internet. I hope it's not true, but those pics are likely now. In places other than just the laptop.
Make a copy of everything. Edit. Oops, pressed enter too soon. Everything, but you need that evidence. Take pics of what you found in his room and where you found it. Take it away. Tell your parents to collect him, confront him, then kick him out. He absolutely does not nor can't be trusted to be in your house or around your wife. Also tell her ASAP. She'll feel betrayed if you kick him out without telling her. She deserves to know. If you're not telling her because you're afraid of how she'll react, then that only proves that he needs to go and you need to tell her. I'm sorry, man.
He's 19, he's an adult and he knows damn well what he did and that it's wrong. Make a copy of everything, record it with your phone, have proof of everything. Whether you want to confront him or go straight to the police is up to you, but I'd definitely be kicking him to the curb that instant. Also, his parents definitely need to know so he doesn't try blaming you or lying about it. Show them everything.
My nephew got himself into a similar situation. This is definitely one of those issues that divides a family, and you're just gonna have to accept that. You have a responsibility to your wife here. She will feel even more violated if she found out you are covering for him, no matter the reason. She needs to know ASAP, and your brother needs to be kicked out immediately. Keep the laptop and all the evidence you've found. Your wife may decide to press charges against him, and you will need the proof to back it up. Take videos of your wife's things in his room and the log he's created on his laptop. Tell your parents the reason he's been kicked out, but share only the details your wife feels comfortable with them knowing.
As others have said, 100% tell your wife. She is the victim here. She should decide what happens. Definitely take pictures and logs of everything you found. Also keep the laptop as evidence for now. Your wife would be 100% in the right with feeling violated and that she doesn't want him close. I mean, how could any of you trust him again after such a breach? What comes next? Filming you two secretly while you have sex and then jack off to it. Also, what stops him from uploading or sharing the pictures? Nothing. It's not even that unlikely that he already did that. I mean, let's be real here. The porn areas of Reddit are filled with stolen content, as are most porn sites in general. This is a lot more serious than jacking it to a random Facebook pic of your wife, which would already be disgusting but quite less so than this. This is super fucked up. I really wouldn't be surprised if he is part of the incel areas of the internet. He knew it was wrong and did it anyway, and not only that, he kept a fucking record. That's some really messed up shit. Honestly, kick him out. He knew it was wrong and now he needs to know about the consequences.
Your brother has committed sex offenses and very well may escalate at some point. You need to stand by your wife.
It's not your choice. Your wife is the victim of this crime, and make no mistake that it is a crime, and as such it's up to her to decide how this crime is handled in terms of filing a police report, telling others, etc. Though you'd be smart to gather all the evidence you can so that when or if she decides to file a police report, she can do so with as much evidence as possible. If she wants you to tell your family of the crime their son committed against her, that's up to her to decide, whether it divides your family or not. It's your job to stand by her and support her.
You need to tell your wife. If she ever finds out, she's gonna be pissed that you tried to cover what your brother did and might think you were on his side. Also, he also broke the law by taking very inappropriate pictures of her without her permission. If you don't take any legal actions, you should at least kick him out and tell your family.
You should definitely kick him out.
I haven't seen this posted yet, so once you kick him out, be sure to change the locks ASAP. He could easily have made copies of your keys.